The BRICS grouping is growing. Nigeria is now officially joined, and earlier in the year, Indonesia also joined. So this is becoming an important and a bigger grouping. And I think for us as South Africa's agriculture, the core focus that we have always maintained is that we want to see agricultural exports deepened within this group. If you look at the priorities of Nigeria, which they pointed out as they joined, they talked about things like advancing knowledge sharing on technology, climate change, but one of the aspects they highlighted is the need to deepen trade. And I think that perfectly aligns with the aspirations of South Africa's agriculture, as well as our friends in Brazil that also wants to deepen trade. The core problem at the moment is that amongst the grouping in agriculture, there are higher import tariffs and a number of phytosanitary barriers that actually distort agricultural trade. If you look at South Africa, we are a country that exports about half of what we produce. A year that is just over 13 billion US dollars. But if you look at where then those exports go to, you find that 40% to the African continent, EU 20%, 25% Middle East and Asia, and the Americas. But within the BRICS grouping, BRICS accounts for about 8% of South Africa's agricultural exports. That's almost equal to what we send to the UK, because the UK accounts for 7% of South Africa's agricultural exports. And the core problem is these higher import tariffs. If now, as the grouping gets bigger, we can focus on making sure that we reduce the import tariffs, we refine any phytosanitary barriers that are there distorting trade, then I think this group will increasingly become super important for our agricultural trade. And of course, this is not at the expense of the existing markets in Asia, in Europe, in the African continent. I think that we will have to try to work to deepen agricultural trade in BRICS while maintaining the relationship and the trade that we do have with other countries in the world. So